9 key years, 9-star key years, 2010 to 2008. Yeah, please help yourself. If you're with a partner, please share so we have enough copies, okay? Now, one thing you have to know. The 9-star key year does not begin on January 1st, which is our Gregorian calendar year, okay? Present day Gregorian calendar. Do we have any couples that are sharing? Okay. The year begins on February 4th. February 4th until February 3rd. If we still need copies, then let me know. We'll have the front desk make for you. I think we're just about ready. So that means, right, if you are born before February 4th, that means January 1st through February 3rd, you count as the year before. Okay? So what this means is that each year has a different energy. Some years the energy is highly active, something like fire. Water evaporation is very active, producing lots of rainfall, especially, by the way, in these fire years. Some years, economic activity is very robust, for example. Other years it's depressed. So, for example, during tree years, the economic activity, stock market tends to go up. During one water years, it tends to be low. And the stock market crash, 2008, the housing bubble, that was a one water year, 2008. So it fits, right? Fits. So now we went through 9 fire, we're in 8 soil, coming back a little bit, coming back. So that means you were born in a certain year. And because you were born in that year, that energy was in the atmosphere. And you carry that as your basic energy constitution. The way you relate to the nature, the way you relate to other people. You carry that basic imprint based on your year of birth. Okay? So this table, 9 key years, 1910 to 2008, is your calendar for figuring out your sign, 9-star key sign, and that 9-star key sign of your family, friends, whoever. Okay? I think nobody was born before 1910 here. Anybody? If so, then please, you should be up here lecturing. So everybody, using this chart, please calculate your year of birth and your 9-star key number. Okay? Can you do? We're out. So anybody have any extra set? Yeah, thank you. All right? Is everybody able to do that, or is anybody stuck?
I was just wondering, you just look for your birth year and then that would be it?
Yes.
Okay.
Just find your year of birth and then go over to the left and see what your sign, your number, and your energy is. Okay?
But that means that everybody that's on the same line as me, they're the same energy?
Every 9 years it repeats, exactly. Of course, there are other factors making it different, but that factor is connecting. Right? Okay, so let's have some fun now. Let's see how this affects each of you. So let's do this, if you don't mind. Beginning with 9 fire, the most active stage. Let's have all 9 fire friends stand up. Oh yes, oh yes. People who are born in a 9 fire, you see each other. Don't you feel very close to each other? You guys are the most high energy stage. So 9 fires are very expressive, more emotional, more passionate about life. Okay? That's your nature. Cheerleaders. Micho used to call 9 fires cheerleaders. Right? Cheerleaders. Okay. Yes, please. You can sit down there. See, they want to keep standing up there. Famous 9 fire, President Bill Clinton. Perfect example, right? High energy, high activity, all over the place, right? Very passionate. And, okay? So that's 9 fire. So most active, expressive, energetic of the 9 numbers is your number.
Academic.
Sorry?
Academic.
Also very short, very sharp, right? Very sharp. Next, coming down, is number 8. So 8 soil friends, please stand up, see each other. Much more serious, right?
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
these guys. You don't want to mess with these guys. In fact, I'm surprised they're letting me get away with all these statements without challenging me even yet. 8 is very principled, very steadfast, very sharp. And 8 is the position of change. 8 is the position where the late winter suddenly changes towards spring. And deep night suddenly changes toward morning. So 8 people tend to be revolutionaries. Revolutionaries. A good example was President Ronald Reagan. Okay? Whether you agree with his politics or not, he was a change agent, correct? Do you agree? Change.
Yes.
Big change for America, right? Whether you agree or not, right? And who else? 8. George Osawa, the founder of mathematics, modern mathematics. 8. Right? 7, metal. So like the name implies, stand up guys, stand up. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes, yes, yes. They are, aren't they amazingly good looking? Especially, yes. Okay, thank you ladies. 7 metal women are very style conscious, fashion conscious, especially. Guys too, right? And 7 metal is, like the name implies, more focused. Energy is more focused, more down. Focused, for example, compared to 9 fire, the opposite. And 7 being very grounded, very practical. And metal is very good with managing material things, including money. So if you're starting a business, please put a 7 metal in as your accountant. You'll be very prosperous. Okay? 7s are very good at that. Okay? 6 metal. Friends, stand up. 6. These guys are even more focused than 7. And 7 is a more relaxed form of metal, more fun-loving. These guys are strictly business. Okay? We're getting a begrudging agreement. Yeah. They're so focused and self-contained, they become very independent. And they can become very much thinking, because they're very self-disciplined, that everybody else is a little bit on the lazy side. Yes, guys? Is that true? They're not answering. And sometimes they can be a little isolationist. What do you think? Compared to like a 9 fire, who likes to go out more? Who likes to stay home more? 9 is out, disco, partying. These guys, well, let's stay home. 5 soils, please stand up. Wow, the center of gravity, the center of the universe, the center of the entire system. Don't you feel that we're all just revolving around them? 5 is the control number of the whole system, the center. And being a soil sign or number, 5s are thoughtful, considerate, okay? And tend to become the center of gravity in any social unit, be it a family or be it a business or enterprise. They tend to be the central person, okay? Like it or not. You chose it. Then next, 4 trees. Ah, look, don't you feel happy seeing them? They are the poets, the artists, the creators, the inspirationists for all of us. They're brilliant artists and creative expressive, right? Tree energy people in general have no problem expressing themselves. Let's see 3 tree now. 3 tree. Ah, yes, even more expressive. Compared to 4, which group do you think has a slightly more naive bent? 3 or 4? 3 is a little more naive. The reason being that 3 is something like early spring, like child, with curiosity, like with seeking, right? Seeking with curiosity, adventure, experience, all kinds of things. And 3 has a very little difficulty expressing themselves. Very easy to express. Very easy to communicate. Sometimes to the point where they don't think enough before they express. Is that true? Okay. And their position and energy in the I Ching corresponds to thunder. Boom. Breaking the air, right? Breaking stagnation. Okay? That's 3 tree. 2 soil. 2 soil. Yes, 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 yes. Kind of like Mother Earth, right? No? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that was supposed to be the conference in the 70s, not now. 2 is, by the way, happens to be corresponding to the female and the earth itself. So 2 is very good at things like farming and food. And also, with the energy being similar to that of mothering, the education, nurturing, bringing up generations. Okay? Very thoughtful, very studious also. So a very famous 2 that you all know now is Micha, right? Typical 2. I can remember many times going to his house in the evening for meetings, and the food was around his table. They had dinner. So a group of us would come in. First thing Micha would always say, "Have you eaten?" "Eat, please eat." Then we eat and we feel happy, feel nurtured. Right? Good. 1 water. Please stand up. Look how flexible these guys are, huh? They're happy anywhere, under any circumstance. 1 water is highly flexible and movable, like water. Thank you, guys. And they can adapt very easily to any kind of situation. And color for water, by the way, is something like white, transparent color. So what that means is they can adapt. You know what food, by the way, corresponds to 1 water? What food that you're eating and enjoying now? It's a typical example of 1 water. Tofu. So what kind of flavor does tofu have by itself? And tofu is produced in water, it's stored in water. And when does tofu get flavor? It absorbs from your vegetables, from your soy sauce, isn't it? Ginger absorbs, then becomes very delicious. Right? So that's, you guys are like tofu. No, I'm joking. 1 water is very active. Water cannot be contained, isn't it? It's moving. So water people are very good at moving around, traveling. They're very hard to contain.
What's a llama?